Welcome back to another episode of Iniquitous News. I'm your host, Lawrence Johnson, and what a crazy 48 hours it has been. I mean, Netanyahu, the war criminal himself, sat down with Trump, and what did they have to say? A whole lot of bullshit. Let's get right into that.
It's an incredible piece of important real estate, and I think it's something that we would be involved in, but, having a peace force like the United States there, controlling and owning the Gaza Strip would be a good thing. I've said it. I don't understand why Israel ever gave it up. Israel owned it. It wasn't this man, so I can say it. He wouldn't have given it up. I know him very well. There's no way. They took oceanfront property and they gave it to people for peace. How did that work out? Not good.
The fact that he is acting like a genocide currently happening is just like, oh, free, nice beachfront real estate. It's like, what type of world is this motherfucker living in? And then on top of that, it's like, he understands we all have phones, right? And saying, oh, I don't understand why Israel gave it away to God. It's their land. They were there first. They started getting displaced in 1948. I mean, I understand they always want to go back 3,000 years, but where else in history do you go back 3,000 years to talk about land that you deserve? Yeah, it makes zero fucking sense. And then, no worries, Netanyahu had some crazier shit to say.
I think what the president talked about is, first of all, to give people a choice. Gazans were closed in. And any other place, including in arenas of battle, I mean, whether it's Ukraine or Syria or any other place, people could leave. Gaza was the only place where they locked them in. We didn't lock them in. They're locked in. And what is wrong with giving people a choice? Now, we've been talking, including over lunch, about some countries, I won't go into them right now, that are saying, if Gazans want to leave, we want to take them in. And I think this is the right thing to do. If you give, it's going to take years to rebuild Gaza. In the meantime, people can have an option. The president has a vision. Countries are responding to that vision.
The fact that he's saying that they're boxed in, we didn't do that? What? We've been watching you for the last year and a half box them in and slowly but surely missile them into this corner, and now you guys continue to kill them. But you're trying to say you care about the hostages. Boring bring up the hostages one time on his trip here until the day he left. He don't fuck about no hostages. Hamas already said, all for all exchange, let's do it right now. Yeah, no thanks. But the fact that you are so crazy to think that you're not the one that boxed these people in is one of the most insane things I think I've ever heard in my entire life. And then a reporter asked, well, when all this is done with Gaza, Trump, how are we going to act? What's going to happen with Gaza? This is what he had to say.
And today you just said we're not going to buy Gaza.
We're not going to have to buy. We're going to have Gaza. We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy. We will have Gaza.
What does that mean?
No reason to buy. There is nothing to buy. It's Gaza. It's a war-torn area. We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it.
And Mr. President, take it under what authority? It is sovereign territory.
Under the U.S. authority.
We're not going to buy Gaza. We don't need to buy Gaza. It's our land. We're going to put troops over there. So now we sending troops into Gaza. We called it a freedom zone? No, that's an ethnically cleansed zone. And you say, oh, well, these people are going to go over here. That's ethnic cleansing. You can't just displace people. Why aren't they allowed to go to their homes that were just bombed to smithereens and there's nothing left there? Because we are fully funding a genocide. And the fact that this man is a war criminal, wanted by multiple ICC, ICJ, and he's just sitting here kicking it, shaking hands, kissing babies is fucking unreal. There was one part that did get Netanyahu, you could tell a little bit like, oh, wait, hold, what did you say? Is when Trump said, oh, yeah, we're having direct talks with Iran. Look at the face that he makes.
We're having direct talks with Iran. And they've started. It'll go on Saturday. We have a very big meeting, and we'll see what can happen.
This is what happens, though, people, is he doesn't want Trump talking to anyone in the Middle East. If you remember what happened with Adam when he went to go talk to Hamas, and that's not what Netanyahu wants. He wants to take over the Middle East. And it's crazy. I have to keep on talking about that. But our mainstream media doesn't. They're just, trust the process. Man, what process are we talking about? The fuck? And the thing is, the fuckery doesn't stop just in Gaza. Look what happens in the West Bank. This is what apartheid looks like, people. These kids are being arrested after playing soccer because they're walking on a Jew-only street. And I should say Jewish only, because that's what they put it over there. Zionist-only street. How do you get arrested from walking home? Unless you're in an open-air prison dealing with apartheid. That's the thing. They can't hide this no more because we now have phones, so I can see it. This is the West Bank. They only be talking about the West Bank like that. They only talk about Gaza. They bombing this shit too, and also occupying land. So people, I just want you to take time, open your eyes, Google some of these things. Don't listen to Fox News, CNN. Go do some more research around the world. Look at the Times of India or look at the Times of Israel. They'll tell you exactly what they're doing out front and proud of it. And you'll be like, oh, you bragging about this? Interesting. Protests continue, and not only just by regular U.S. citizens, but I'm talking about Jewish people all over the world are protesting, including in Tel Aviv. And so that's why we need to immediately separate Zionist and Judaism. There's two completely different things. Zionists try to take what happened to Jewish people and in the Holocaust and try to use it for themselves. And that shit is not okay. It's not cool. It shouldn't be a thing. But there are so many different Jewish people, and I want to say thank you and we appreciate you. I'm not Middle Eastern, but it's like I can't watch genocide and war crimes take place, and I don't understand how people are complacent when it happens. But the Jewish protests continue, and those are the most meaningful because you can't call people that criticize Israel anti-Semitic because they're not. We are not. I have nothing wrong with Jewish people. I have everything wrong with Israel and Zionism because you are displacing people, ethnically cleansing people, and genociding people in a land that is not yours. Then the dweeb Pete Hegseth was at the meeting, this idiot. What do you have to say?
It's been a bad 3 weeks for the Houthis, and it's about to get worse. It's been a devastating campaign, whether it's underground facilities, weapons manufacturing, bunkers, troops in the open, air defense assets. We are not going to relent, and it's only to get more unrelenting until the Houthis declare they will stop shooting at our ships. And we've been very clear at the Iranians as well. They should not continue to provide support to the Houthis, and that message has been made very clear. So we have a lot more options and a lot more pressure to apply, and we know, because we see the reports, how devastating this campaign has been in them, and we will not relent.
See, he tries to say that we've just been bombing them for the last 3 weeks, which is true, but we're not making any progress in what we're supposed to be doing. The whole thing was we're going to open up these trade ports. Yemen military is not budging. They're like, no. If Israel continues to try to use these trade ports, we will bomb their ships. They're not going anywhere. And that's something that we all need to understand as Americans. The only reason we are bombing Yemen is because of this trade port area, which is stopping Israel. It has nothing to do with us. We are trying to help Israel out so they can ethnically cleanse and genocide, as I've said 1,000 times before. But this is the reality of the situation. I'm so tired of them just coming up and trying to lie in front of everybody's face. Like, that shit is crazy to me. But it doesn't stop there, because then Trump said out loud with Pete Hegseth, oh yeah, military budget, we gonna need an increase. I know you wonder, how do you increase a military budget from $650 billion a year? Well, he asking for $1 trillion. $1 trillion over the year to spend on war. And you telling me we're not preparing for World War III? $1 trillion, who the fuck is we fighting? Oh, I forgot. Basically the entire world. Iran, Russia, China, all of the Middle East, NATO's dropping us off, Greenland, Canada, Panama Canal now. That's the other thing Pete Hegseth decided to say too. Oh, we are taking back the Panama Canal. It is ours. China didn't build this. Yeah, you're right. China didn't build it. We sold it to them. That's what happens. When you sell something, somebody else buys it, now you own it. Could you imagine you sell a crib, and then the other person buys it, and after a while, you're like, you know what? I want that crib back. And you just don't try to buy it back. You just go over there and be like, oh yeah, I need this shit back. Somebody gonna look at you crazy. That's exactly why China looking at us crazy. And crazy is an understatement, because then we get into the tariffs. And this tariff war is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. And there's a reason that the stock market crashed and then shot up today. That's because he had to pause the tariffs on other countries because he didn't know the stock market was gonna crash like that. So then he decides to increase tariffs on China even further to 104%. Now, you guys may be sitting there thinking like, oh, well, how does that affect me? Oh, it affects you in a lot of ways. Shoes, food, things you look around, the most basic, like packaging, weird shit like this, random stuff is made in China, and that falls back on us. Like, I have friends that do clothing industries, things like that. Oh, their invoices right now after this tariff, thousands and thousands of dollars higher. And you don't expect them to then increase their price so they can then make a profit. It all comes back to fall on us. Every time. And that's why he said, oh, well, this is a retaliation tariff on China because, they just keep on increasing on. China doesn't need us. That's this thing in the tough pill we have to swallow. They don't. Yeah, they import some stuff from us. Yeah, there's some trade that goes back and forth. But us doing all these tariffs, you know how much it changed their GDP? 0.05%. They don't need us. And I mean, go ahead. You don't have to take my word for it about how it affects Americans. Listen to Fox News themselves.
You know, we think that China is going to have to pay for it, but it tells a story of a special needs toy importer. And when the tariffs went into effect at midnight, his tariff, he's been paying a tariff because he gets stuff from China, $26,000 a year. His tariff bill went from $26,000 at midnight to $346,000. And that's money he's going to have to come out of his pocket. It sounds like he's going to have to go ahead and close down part of his business. He tried to make the toys in the United States, but the tariff on that, his most popular item, went from $0 to $17 at midnight. And what he told the New York Post is people don't understand the tariff situation. They think just foreign countries are paying for the tariffs. That's not true. Half of the tariffs are being paid for by U.S.-based companies. Yeah. So when you look at the big numbers and they look good, just remember that according to this guy, half of the small businesses and half of the tariffs are being paid by America.
And just yesterday, this is what Trump said about other countries.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything. I'll do anything, sir.
So you telling me that countries are kissing your ass with this whole tariff situation, but then the very next day you paused all their tariffs? Because, they're being negotiable. No, they just not listening and watching our stock market plummet to the fucking floor. So obviously a couple people make calls and like, yeah, we're going to have to fix that for sure, or we are cooked. The economy is done. That's the thing. Just go look up top economists and you will see how much of a problem this is. Don't take my word for it. That's not what I study in college. But I listen to other economists. And sometimes you don't have to listen to 1 to 5. But when I read 30 saying like, oh yeah, the direction we are heading is about to doom us. It's like, oh, okay, hold on. Maybe I shouldn't trust the process. Maybe some changes need to be made ASAP. Because at this point, there's even been a rift created between Elon and the White House, specifically Navarro. I mean, they've been going back and forth online 24/7. Straight hate. I mean, as you know, Elon loves calling people the R word. He's like, oh yeah, he retarded. This is like, wow. And then Navarro's like, oh yeah, well, Elon is dumb as hell. He needs to focus on cars. And then Elon's come back and like, oh no, this dude is dumb as bricks. And this is a person that's Trump's right-hand man. There's a reason we haven't really seen Elon in no type of White House talks. He's not holding anything anymore. You don't even see him on camera like that. Why? Because they slowly but surely kicking his ass out and telling him, yeah, go ahead, go worry about Tesla. Because this Doge shit, clearly, all the frauds you're finding is not enough. You're just firing random people, and there's no one that we've actually been able to arrest for fraud. So how much longer will Elon last in his little position? I think the days are very, very numbered, if not already over with. Now, this whole China fallout is having an effect on a lot of our companies, where it's like even Apple, they started flying phones in because if you look on the back of your phone, made in China. Surprise, surprise. And this thing what I don't understand is people are like, well, you need to trust the process because we're going to take all these jobs that we're giving them and we're going to bring them here. And you don't think the cost is going to increase? The reason things are made in China is because their living over there is more affordable. So whatever they're being paid, go ahead. You can try to call them sweatshops or like what Pete Haig said. Oh, they're peasants. How are peasants owning houses? You know what China house ownership is? 96% of the population owns their crib, not rent an apartment. I rent an apartment. Owns their spot. So now you're telling me that you're going to take these jobs from China, bring them here, and we're going to have Americans making iPhones? We're going to have Americans making clothes? We're going to have Americans in sock and shoe factories? We can't even get Americans to go to the farms. What makes you think they're going to sit inside of a building and put together phones and other bullshit? If anything, it's going to be AI machinery, and then we even more fucked than we already are. So yeah, that's the type of things that these tariffs draw back and fall on us. Because yeah, it sounds good. Oh yeah, we charge them 100% more. How is that 100% trickle down to the rest of America? In a very, very terrible fucking way. The IRS acting commissioner has fully resigned, and that is after that the IRS and ICE have agreed that they are going to share the tax information of illegal immigrants with ICE. But this whole time, I thought illegal immigrants didn't pay taxes. But now ICE needs this information to go get them? You see how that's backward, right? And you see how basically our system is just fucking these people over? They should have been legal immigrants a long time ago. How are you illegal paying taxes? Someone explain that to me. And that's their problem. They paying taxes. They doing whatever American citizen is supposed to do. But they're supposed to be deported for being a good person. And now you're going to use the information of them doing the right thing against them? Mephistophelian world we live in, people. Oh yeah, and the fuckery does not stop there. You should have seen what happened to this lawyer when he got back from the Dominican Republic with his family. Got detained, then they tried to take his phone and tried to call him a terrorist. Why is that, you might be wondering? Well, because he's defending a pro-Palestinian student. That's the type of travel restrictions that are currently happening here, people. Somebody come back from family vacation and now I'm deemed a terrorist. I'm scared to travel my damn self. They're gonna be like, oh, well, hold on. We see what you be talking on YouTube. Let me see your phone. Yeah, no, see you never. What the fuck? I don't know. Each day, sometimes I'm like, oh man, we may be inching closer and closer to martial law. Shit is fucking me up. Speaking of other problems with China, though, Ukraine is now calling on the U.S. because Zelensky captured Chinese soldiers in Ukraine. Basically saying, okay, China has joined the fight secretly. They didn't say it out loud, but what are Chinese soldiers doing here in my land? U.S., we need your help. Sorry, Zelensky, your name is not Israel. I can highly doubt that we are going to be sending any help your way. And I don't know what to say. I'm sorry to hear that. This shit is very unfortunate. But if I were you, I would probably just try to figure out a deal you could do with Putin, because the U.S., right now, we're not going to be no help at all. Zero. We have one thing and one thing on our mind only: how to make our greatest ally better and reach their full potential. I know, it sucks. A lot of people around here are wondering too, like, well, why we care so much about them? That's all we care about. Everyone else in the world doesn't really matter. That's why Netanyahu decides to threaten Iran again. It's like, why are you threatening them? What did he say? Oh, if you guys continue to make this nuclear bomb, we are going to bomb you. Or we can supervise and you have to blow up all your nuclear sites. You get that, why he does that, right? It's to hold control of that Middle Eastern area, because he knows they've been committing genocides and ethnic cleansings and killing people unnecessarily in Syria, Lebanon, Gaza, the West Bank, Yemen, Iran. It's like he knows he's created this many enemies. So for them to feel comfortable, no one else is allowed to have nuclear weapons other than them. Or you could just stop bombing people. It'd be a very, very easy fix. Moving on to sports, maybe one of the most egregious fires I've ever seen in my life. Mike Malone and the GM fired. The playoffs start in a week. I don't think I've ever seen anything done like that. They have 4 seeds, son. And the owner was just like, I don't know, I'm hoping that this will give him a spark into the playoffs. But, I mean, Mike just won an NBA championship 2 years ago. And him and the GM didn't get along whatsoever. They be talking shit behind each other's back. I almost feel like this is worse than getting fired on your day off. It's like, hold on, you firing me for bringing us to the playoffs? And it's probably because Mike was talking shit the other day where he's like, you know, I got a whole bunch of players, none of them watch film, but they want to tell me what I'm supposed to do. And then the GM was like, why do you not play Jalen Pickett? Why do you keep on playing Russell Westbrook when in his mind, Russell Westbrook was fucking them? It's up to you, Nuggets fans. I would love to hear what you guys' take on this was, because I was mad confused. Arsenal and Real Madrid faced off, and hey, bruh, this man Declan is different. Look at these. Look at that kick. Look at the curve, son. Are you crazy? And that's the thing. Not once, but twice. I know that may look like the same free kick. It's not. This man is cold as fuck. My goodness. I used to be a Real Madrid fan when I was playing FIFA. Shout out Jude Bellingham now, but nigga ain't doing nothing. Then John Morant, he heard Adam Silver. Adam Silver was like, you know what? I'm tired of you firing shots over on people. I'm going to need a different celebration, because from now on, we fine and all that. And so what did John Morant decide to do? My boy tossed a grenade into the stand, son. Do you understand how crazy that is? He said, all right, you know what? Forget the guns. I may only be able to take out 1 or 2 people. I'm going to toss a grenade at these motherfuckers. And that's the thing. He thought about that before. He was like, hold on, how could I switch up one of my celebrations? And the first thing he thought of was a grenade toss. I mean, as a hater, I got nothing but respect for that. But at the same time, it's like, are you fucking crazy, John? I mean, hey, celebrate how you want to celebrate. But I know Adam is immediately called up. Was like, what the fuck was that? And What to Watch Wednesdays. First, we got Mickey 17. Want to see this theater, bro? This shit was great. I was very impressed. I'm not going to say too much. I don't want to give no spoilers, but let me tell you, go watch this shit. Next, we have Mission Impossible. It's not out yet. Final Reckoning. It comes out, I don't know, May 23rd, 25th, something like that. But the trailer just dropped. When I tell you Tom Cruise, bro is 60, moving and grooving, vibing and sliding, toying with death. Margin for error, you guessed it. Red Bull, nowhere in sight, so why strictly for vibes? This man is a nut, son. I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to go binge watch all the movies before this, because I was like, hold on. He been doing this shit since before I was alive. And now he on his final, oh yeah. Hats off, nothing but respect, because what? Tom Cruise is different, son. And you already know, I have to give some sort of anime recommendation, because I need more people to just accept that shit is greatness. So, Naruto. I'm currently, Shippuden or something like that. I don't know what season I'm in. He just faced off with Pain. I'm not going to give too much spoilers. When people, though, I tell you that this is an amazing show. Storytelling, character building, in-depth. So many different stories come together. And if you just want to hear how it is, it's basically a bunch of different gangs facing off. They hired for Hit. And he's a ninja. And Naruto will be doing his thing. He's trying to chase down his homie Sasuke because he's like, bro, me and Sasuke been down like stock gaps of waves. When I tell you elite action, there are a lot of filler episodes. But still, it doesn't matter. Great storytelling. Something that you should watch ASAP. And for this music segment, I'm calling that What's That Wednesdays, where it's basically unreleased music I can only find on SoundCloud. Obviously, we're going to start out with Gunna. Absolute hit.
It's also by Louis, the young nigga Trump. My neck full of water, baby can swim. I keep a few hoes with me like a pimp. He doing all that flexing, he need him a gym.
Next up, we have Yeet, Layup. He's about to go to Coachella, so let's see what he's been cooking up back in the SoundCloud days. Then we have I'm Falling by DJ Gummy Bear. Last but not least, we have some unknown artists. But that's the thing. That's what's great about SoundCloud. I be finding a lot of them. Roxas, Mission.
I got money, but it's not my mission. I make money, that's not your business. It's so funny, but I'm not kidding. Up the sky, man, we all got sick.
And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Iniquitous News. Don't forget to hate and subscribe. And as always, leave some comments. Let me know. What can I do better? What should I fix? What do y'all want to see more of? I'm all ears, man. We got to make this the biggest news channel, comedic news channel in the world, son. Daily Show, I'm coming for you, for real. I'm out.
You've just tuned in to another edition of Iniquitous News Network with Lawrence Johnson. Don't forget to hate and subscribe.